I have been on Zepbound for 55 weeks, and I'm back to give you an update. All right, my highest weight was 216 pounds. I started my Zepbound journey on February 21st, 2024, and my weight at that time was 183 pounds. My current weight is 128 pounds. Now, initially, I had a goal of 135 pounds, and the way that I came up with that number is the normal range for my weight or for my height and age, I went in the middle. So whatever that range was, 135 was the middle. And I am 5'7". So that's where I came up with that number. And I didn't necessarily think that I was going to get down that low. But hey, that's the number that I gave my doctor. My ultimate goal was a body fat percentage of 22%. And the reason I picked that is I looked at different pictures online based off of, weight, body fat percentage, because you can have the same. Anyway, 22% from what I saw was ideal for me. And that was my goal. And it took me a year, but I got there. I had a DEXA scan done on February 14th, and I finally reached, that goal of 22%. So if I stayed this way for the rest of my life, I would be happy. I do have a desire to build some more muscle, but it's not something that's, keeping me up at night or anything like that. Now, I am a vegan. I eat a whole food plant-based diet. When I started on Zepbound, that is when I transitioned to a whole food plant-based diet. And I had eaten that way for a short time in the past, and I remember feeling really good. So I decided to take advantage of, the appetite suppression by making better choices. And those choices were better choices for me. And I plan to continue to eat like this for the rest of my life. And the way that I eat the same way, whether I'm on vacation, if I go to a get-together, it's all on. So I don't have an on and off switch. And, there's mixed opinions on that. I don't look at it as being restrictive. I look at it as I do not want to go back to the things that I used to do before, eating in that way, overeating, obsessing about food, basically living to eat instead of eating to live. For me, Zepbound has been profound in that way. I don't know if I can really express just how bad the food noise was. And I know that there are people who think that that's a buzzword, and that's okay. I think that those words accurately describe what I was experiencing. And if we're being honest, that was from when I was younger. So it wasn't just something I experienced as an adult, but I spent the majority of my life small. So no one ever made a big deal about the amount that I ate because I was really slim. So when I hit my 30s, that is when things started to change. So even after having children, I was able to lose the weight, and it wasn't anything that I had to actively try to do. So I didn't have these healthy habits established, right? I spent the majority of my life small, but I still had poor habits. I overate. I wasn't always consistently active, outside of being forced to do it in the military. It just wasn't something that I was interested in. In the times in my life where I did, call myself working out or trying to be healthy, it was short amounts of time. It was never anything that was long term. So if we're talking about that, this weight loss journey is my most successful, and I've been the most consistent. On March 4th, that was my 1-year anniversary for strength training. And I've been doing that every single week. Whatever program I'm following, I follow. I follow it exactly the way it goes. So if it's 4 days of strength training and it's other stuff going on, I'm doing that. If it's 5 days of strength training and 2 days off, that's what I'm doing. In January, I did a new program, and it was called the 6-week Muscle Burns Fat Challenge, and that was by Lift with C. And I think that was really good. That introduced me to walking every day. So part of that program, and it was, even on active rest days, there was a 30-minute walk. There were 3 strength training sessions. I did Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then every day there was a 30-minute walk. So I finally dusted off my walking pad that I hadn't been using. And I was doing that for 30 minutes every single day. So as of this morning, I just finished my 9th consecutive week of daily 30-minute walks. The program that I'm doing right now is the Body Recomp 2.0 series, and that's by Kira Mitlow. And fun fact, the very first program that I did when I started my Zepbound journey was the Body Recomp 2.0 series. So it's kind of like a full circle moment, right? I hit my 1-year mark and decided to do that program all over again. And it's more comfortable now. I know that my form is much better than it was when I started, and I'm able to go longer. My endurance is much better. And I'm, the weight, I'm a little heavier than I was when I started, but I don't have, again, goals of, lifting these extremely heavy weights. Every week on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a live stream. The way that they're going to be structured for the rest of the month of March is basically a Q&A session. Instead of doing these videos every week, I'm thinking of just moving to the live streams on Mondays. And that way, if you have any questions, you can just ask me there. Because again, being in maintenance, it's the same thing. So if you go back to earlier playlists, you'll see that I've been consistent. So it may not be the most fancy or fun or entertaining thing to watch, but it's consistent. I've been consistent. And if I had to give you one piece of advice, stay consistent and don't try to do too much, little steps. I have a new series that I've been doing. I started, tomorrow will be my 10th video, and it's called The Daily Dose of Mindset. It's to just give you like a boost of some mindset activities. I was posting like actionable steps in the community tab for a while, and I thought, you know what? I want to make these little videos, and my hope is that you look forward to them every day and it gives you a boost of motivation, because the mental aspect of this journey is super important. And to change your behaviors, it's a mental thing. It's a process, and we got to keep going beyond when we get to our goals, right? Because you're going to get to this point where you're just like, I don't know what to do. Like, you're not as motivated because the weight isn't moving as quickly as it was in the beginning. And this is just to help you. So hopefully you check those out if you haven't seen them yet. And I'll be making those every morning, and those will be posted at 6 a.m. And that's really all that I have for you. If you have any questions for me, you're welcome to put it in the comments, or you can come to the live tomorrow and just ask me then. I'll leave you with, we can share our journeys, but we should never compare them. And you have a great night. Bye.